Hi, I'm Jimmy Reed with Real Estate Equity Development. Welcome to our virtual booth for the Money Show. Now, in San Francisco, we will be booth 520. So if you do make it out there, please stop by and visit. But for those of you who cannot make it, this video will give you a little bit more about who we are and how we can help you diversify your portfolio and to make a better profit with a more tangible asset. What I want to talk about is basically how we help investors just like you all around the country invest in real estate. The reason to buy real estate is for long-term cash flow and appreciation. But we want to buy in markets where we can buy at a discount, buy with the ability to appreciate over a short period of time and cash flow until those markets come back. The equity will be the security, the property will have the security in it, and the cash flow from it using our teams, virtually management hassle free. We have teams that can handle these projects for you. Now, let me give you an example of some of the properties that we have in some of the markets. And first off, the markets we're in are Fort Worth, Texas, Orlando, Florida, Arizona, Nevada, a couple other spots out there, and we can tell you more about that if you have an interest. But let's talk right now about properties we're buying in Fort Worth. Example of a property I want to give you right now today is a $100,000 house, currently valued at $100,000. Now, 3-4 years ago, probably worth about $125,000. But because of our economy and the collapse of real estate, it's the perfect time to buy real estate. So we go in this $100,000 house in our markets using our teams. And we've been doing this, folks, this business for over 23 years in real estate. And we are able to go in and find deals, get these deals, purchase these deals, and then turn them over to you. And you can get in a property like the one we're talking about, let's say for $65,000. Okay, worth $100,000 now, 3-4 years ago worth $125,000. You're going to purchase for $65,000. Now follow me on this, $65,000 property. It's going to need about $5,000 in repairs, cosmetic work. Now, if you buy it for $65,000, put $5,000 in it, you're in this property for $70,000, all fixed up nice and pretty. That's $30,000 equity now in the property. $30,000 equity, you have a lot of room there already as far as value in the property. Now, when the markets start to appreciate, that equity will grow. So now what you do is you turn around and rent it, and we have the teams that will do that for you. Property management teams, they have their own rehab crews. They get it up and running for you. Now let's break down these numbers. Let's rent this property for $1,200 a month. Okay? Gross rent's $1,200 a month, but you got to take out management, and I want you to write down $120 for management. So it's $1,200 gross rent minus $120 for management and $120 for repairs and vacancies. We always factor those in regardless. Now, I want you to get a new loan, and I'm going to show you how we can get that new loan when you start working with us. But let's get a loan on this property of $65,000. To do it as an investor, let's say you've got to put $12,000 down. They usually require, banks do, 20% down from investors. So remember that, $12,000 you're going to need out of your pocket for this down payment. Now that's going to leave a balance of about $53,000 at 6% interest for 30 years. Fixed rate. Good loan, good terms, and the P&I on that, the monthly P&I payment, principal and interest, is going to be about $320 a month. So add that to the $120 in repairs and vacancies, $120 for management. Also add in taxes. Taxes on a property like this is going to be about $170 a month, and then insurance about $120 a month. So you've got all your numbers. Total expenses should come up to about $880 a month. Now, your net after the $1,200 coming in gross rent minus the $880 a month in expenses should leave you a net of $370 a month. Now, $370 a month times 12 months will give you $4,440 a year net operating cash flow. Now, remember, you came out of pocket with $12,000 plus I said it needed $5,000 in repairs. Remember, the $5,000 is an improvement, but it still came out of your pocket. So you're actually out of pocket $17,000. Now, $17,000 divided by this $4,440 a year net operating cash flow is going to give you a return on investment of 26% a year. Are you getting that in your stocks right now? Your mutual funds? If not, how about diversifying that portfolio to include real estate? By the way, I can show you how to get in with 5% down in some of these markets using what's called VA financing, okay? A repo property where VA finances it for investors, okay? For investors with only 5% down. Then your return would be better. But let's look at some of the other things we do at Real Estate Equity Development. We do investments in Costa Rica and Panama. I'm going to be taking some properties to San Francisco, specifically a great deal, which is going to be our private island in Bocas del Toro, Panama. That's on the Caribbean side of Panama. Beautiful area, private island. You own the whole island. It's fully furnished, comes with a boat, furnished property, sleeps 6. Got video on that. If you have an interest in that, we'll show you how to get a hold of it and look at some of the video on that property. And what we do is show you how you can buy this property several different ways. But let's start off with, let's get down to the real nitty gritty here. Your own private island in the Caribbean, cheaper than a San Francisco condo. Folks, we're only asking $925,000 for this private island. It will draw weekly rentals of $1,800 to $3,000 a week as a vacation rental. All right, so you're thinking to yourself, well, hang on, I don't have any cash. Well, what if we owner financed it for you? Maybe you can come up with $200,000 down and we'll do the owner financing. Now, we may have to get creative here, make it work where it's good for both parties, but we're open. We're creative investors. Now, here's another one. Think about this. Can you find 10 partners to invest $92,500 each? Okay, this is fractional ownership. You each have a stake in the property. It's not a timeshare, it's fractional ownership. The 10 of you actually own the property. You're equal partners. You split the responsibilities. You each can stay there a week or two apiece, and then the rest of the time still use it for a vacation rental, bringing in that $1,800 to $3,000 a week. We even have our team in place down there and caretakers that will stay there and run the property for you. Now, maybe you're going, hey, this all sounds great, but I don't really know much about real estate. Well, you're not sure how to do this type of real estate investing. We also are a training company. We've been training for years. We've trained for some of the late night TV guys you see. A lot of them use our materials and my partner's materials. If you want to know more about our trainings, go to jimmyreed.net. That's www.jimmyreed.net. JIMMYREED.net. Now, some of you may be going, well, I've got experience. I don't want to invest internationally. I'm more interested in that house you were talking about at $100,000. Great. Come to one of our buying bus tours. Buying bus tours are done in different markets. We've got some coming up right now at the end of the year, one in Orlando and one in Fort Worth, Texas. Again, find out that information. It's on our website, jimmyreed.net. Now, one last thing. We also specialize in helping people to become debt-free. When you go to the webpage, I want you to join our free network. It networks you with our investors, our buyers, our sellers. And basically, it's a free network. You join, it's free, and then here's what happens. Just because you join, I'm going to give you a free 9-hour online video training. It was a program that we did a few years ago. It teaches you how to become debt-free, expand the possibilities on investing and diversifying your portfolio in this training using real estate and other formats to make it happen. And this training was recorded, so it's online and it's free to use. 9 hours free just for joining our network. So make sure you check out, again, jimmyreed.net. Now, we look forward to working with you soon, and we want you to know that with Real Estate Equity Development and going to jimmyreed.net, the possibilities are endless. So, we hope to see you at the Money Show. Until then, God bless.